another feature is the password, the ability to stay logged in and set the expiration of a session based on user preference. So let's say a user would like a session to expire here at every time he or she closes the browser. There's the ability to do that here, or also there's the option of setting the setting where it asks you to be logged in until you manually logged out. So that's a nice feature that you can set here and save successfully.
Hello, so this is Winston, and I'm going to show you now some of the user stories concerning data management. So we click on data management there, and you can see the merchants that have already been uploaded. But let's try uploading new data. So we click here, and now we have an upload queue where we can actually upload multiple files at the same time. So if we click here to upload, do you have it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So here we have two Excel files. So I'll just select both of them, and it will immediately start uploading both. But since they were already in the database, it uploads really quickly. So there's no duplicates. Duplicates, they will not be uploaded essentially. So next thing I will show you is the backup management. So I'm going to return here to the home page, and now we have backup management. So in the backup management, what you can do is essentially you can back up your database and your information that we just uploaded. So the first one we can do is dump data, and there's also load data. But the first one I'll do is dump data. So we click here, and here we have is essentially the JSON file, which will hold all the information. So if I save this file, I'll save it on the desktop. I can now come here, select the file that I just dumped, dump data, and I can load it. So I click load. And it says here, success, data loaded successfully. So now we have actually reloaded the data that we backed up. And a customer could essentially use this in multiple times, multiple periods to back up their data. Okay, let me pause it.
Alright, so this is now Henry speaking. I'm going to show you that something that Mathieu and I worked on. It's the visualization of the data. Alright, so first we have a drop-down combo box that shows all the merchants that we have. So for example, now I choose John's Bakery. And here you'll see a pie chart that shows the distribution of the revenues. If you click on each one, it'll show you the statistics for it. And underneath we have charts here. This shows essentially all the data in sort of a trend line fashion. So let's say if I select credit card volume, let's try something else here. If we try credit card auth revenue here, it shows on a monthly basis the trends as required in our specifications. Here we also have total revenue, which adds up all the revenue sources for John's Bakery, and again shows it in a trendline fashion. And finally, we have a multi-line revenue analysis, which shows essentially all the income streams together, and it'll color code each revenue stream accordingly. Additionally, we have an add trend analysis chart option, so you can display many different charts at the same time. So for example, here we'll display debit auth, and here we'll display net debit revenue. And also, as you change the merchant here, all these graphs will update to the current merchant and to display their personalized data.
So this is Mathieu again. Let us go back to the main page by clicking here, return to home page. And I just wanted to show, we've seen an example of it before, and I wanted to show the example of a success message here that we see. So that's the area where messages are going to be sent to the user, either a success in green, a notice in yellow, or an error in red. And that's a neat feature that we've added here so the user knows what's going on. I'm going to hand it over to Thomas, who's going to explain the help feature in the application.
Hello, this is Thomas, and I'm going to talk about the help feature that we've implemented for the credit card analysis dashboard. So here we are at the main index screen, and we can see up here in the sub-header bar we have a link called help for this page. When we click it, we'll get a pop-up window with some information about the different options you have at this page and some information about how to use them properly. Then we close it and we link to another page, for example, the visualization page. We once again have the help for this page, and you will note that the financial analysis page has specific instructions for this page specifically. So that's true for all of the different pages, and there's information specific to all of them to help the user find his way around.
Hey, this is Michael, and my user story involved having different users learn how to use the web application and being able to navigate through without too much difficulty and learn each task within approximately 10 minutes. And most of the users didn't have much difficulty with simple things like logging out, viewing the data, managing their accounts, and changing passwords. A few things that the users did have a little difficulty with were the the management page here, uploading data. But as soon as they looked at the help page, most of the problems were solved, and none of the users really had any complaints about uh, the task being too difficult or being complicated or not being able to figure out how to do it. Next. Well, another story was being able to log into the application in under 30 seconds. And although I can't really show you here, when we had when I added 100 different users, the time it took to log in did not change, and it's pretty much instantaneous. So this is not a problem. And and finally, being able to store information using these data files. Although you saw it earlier, files being uploaded is pretty much instantaneous. So let's say to take it out of the database, I can rename this to Statics3 and upload it. And it's not gonna take more than 30 seconds. So that's it.
Actually, one thing I just want to show, I don't think I remember to show, is that, yeah, we can actually also remove merchants from the database here, which was one of our user stories. So if we click here to remove, let's say, Aqua Pools, I can just delete this merchant, and he's gone.
Okay, so that rounds up the demo. Thank you for listening, and we'll be happy to show you the third iteration when it's done. Thank you.